got bazookas. I think you've got hardware on tripods, and you're looking out. You probably have night vision glasses, and every time you hear a tree crack in the woods, you're going to blow half the forest away. Your fears.
That happened in America.
You must be talking about
downtown
New York City, Phil.
Paranoid, Phil.
Yeah, you think
paranoid, Phil.
Yeah,
you're
you believe Waco and the incident and shootout in Idaho makes your case, don't you?
Absolutely.
That the federal government is coming down. They've got all the weapons.
That's not the problem, Phil. The problem is, regardless of what
one show
anyone
at
in
a
this
time.
audience...
This young man is speaking. Can't be heard if you talk.
No matter what anyone in this audience feels or anyone in the country feels about David Koresh and his followers, whether they're innocent or guilty, they deserve due process, and they didn't receive that.
Yes.
And regardless of what you felt about the adults, the children certainly weren't guilty of anything. And that's what we're concerned about.
This is evidence of what the federal government is capable of.
Absolutely. They did it.
Yeah, and you are concerned about house-to-house sweeps for armament, aren't you?
Totally,
You think the feds are capable of that, aren't you?
Excuse me?
You think the feds are capable?
No, wait a minute. We don't think that their feds are capable of it. As I said 2 minutes ago, martial law in San Juan, Puerto Rico, folks, with full military force dragging men, women, and children from their apartments.
It is true.
With no warrants whatsoever.
It is true.
And when a young woman asked what's going on at 4 in the morning, she said, "Where are your warrants?" They smashed her door down with a sledgehammer and said to her, "This is our warning, damn it. This is our warrant. Bring your stuff out," and they went completely and dragged them out in the street.
What happened to the tenant? What happened to the tenant that a man's home is his castle and a woman's as well?
Folks,
and incident, I'll give you a chance. Hang on just a second. I promise we'll get the charts on in just a second. It is true. You turn on the evening news. You see them. Boy, those guys are knocking them doors down, and there's people inside in their underwear. And you're on Channel 7 Action Evening News. But it does seem. Now, I assume you're upset about this as well.
But the excuse of public housing is ridiculous because when they're done with that, it'll be your private homes.
They'll come door to door.
Those of you that are finding humor in it, you better never take your clothes off so you're not in underwear on the next evening news.
Well, what is true, we've got, and you see this, and this is what happens when the country gets fearful, and you guys are ready for this, and you're not going to let it happen, including the man of God here, the good old chaplain.
And when they come and kick your doors in, you better damn well hope some of these guys are handy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you better have your own semi-automatic.
Now, when they come for you guys, you're going to be ready, aren't you?
When they come for us, we'll already know we won't be there.
When they come for us, they better have.
You're going to pray. I bet you're going to pray. I bet you know how to use a gun, though.
Yeah, I do.
Well, if the
government comes for my gun, I'm simply going to let them have it.
Funny joke. You're serious? You pull the trigger on a federal agent coming up to your place?
Third Amendment says I can. I will. A man's home is his castle. If I have to die proving that, so be it.
And how many folks, are there more, just a minute, are there more and more people interested in the militia now?
Let me tell you, let me give you a general
give me
gist
some numbers.
All right, let me give you a general gist of it. A year and a half ago, there was not a heck of a lot. And some of us were out there trying to let people know what was going on. Right now, across the United States, we calculate active members meeting probably in the neighborhood of 10 million. How's that, Greg?
No.
Okay,
fine. No. Hang on a minute.
Sure.
Just hang on a second. Boy, I tell you and your charts here. Bob Fletcher and John Trockman are from Montana. I'll give you a chance. Yes, they do feel that the Bill of Rights is being eroded, that protections of privacy are being undermined in the name of the law. They love their local sheriff.
Let me
just wait a minute. I got to make a break here. We got to do some business.
All right, you're going to let me talk about my
I'm
sheriff?
not lying, am I?
All
You
right.
love the local sheriff.
Absolutely.
It's the federal guys you don't like. Is that right?
Let me tell you about my sheriff.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, tell them about your sheriff.
On your knees.
Go get him. Go get him.
The sheriff in my county has told me that if he comes to my house, he will show me a warrant, his officers will identify themselves, and I will be more than happy to allow them to come into my house. They treat me as a human being with respect.
What will the feds do?
But when we have a government that is on the verge of being completely out of control, they allow tyrants to come in with hooded masks on, unidentified, bust down your door. It's happened all over America.
In other words,
we're going to all say that's okay. Our neighbor wasn't any good anyway.
In other words, the local or the federal agent, you're saying, often wears a mask.
And they don't even let your sheriff know that they're doing it.
When he shoots your kid's sister, nobody's going to know who it is because he's got a mask. And this is the one world government coming down on you. First they take your taxes. Then they take your privacy. Then they take all the power away from the local sheriff and the local police department.
Phil, if we were on stage without ID cards or without names and masks, would that be a concern of yours?
Yeah.
You see,
why isn't it a concern with the federal government?
Well, they don't want to. These are undercover narcs. They don't want to be caught. They, you know, they just. They're if they
expose. Why is the sheriff not afraid?
Half of the undercover narcs are the ones that brought the dope in 90 days earlier and using it now as an excuse. This guy. What's wrong with this picture? When you were a kid. Your mother told you go to the friendly policeman if you got lost. Can you imagine sending your kid to this yahoo over here?
Yeah, how much time we got?
Okay.
How much time we got, you figure, before the yahoos come?
No, what do you mean before? In Waco.
I'll give you a chance to answer that.
All right.
I ask you.
Texas.
That big.
All right. I ask you a 3-ounce question. I get a 10-pound answer here. How much time have we got? How much time have we got?
The Grace Commission in 1984 told us that by 1996, the economic collapse, the economic problems.
So we're going to go down, and anarchy's going to ensue, and you're the guys that are going to be ready. And you're going to help protect me, I think you're saying. Yes, you can. You really can. I'll give you a chance.
That's law enforcement right there, okay? They're wearing hoods. They're legal. They're protecting the law.
What's wrong
We're out here in the open. We identify ourselves, and they're saying we're illegal.
This is the new thing in America, as recently reported on the front page of the New York Times. It's called the militia. No, they say they're not racist. It's not just about guns and possession of guns, but the Second Amendment is involved here, definitely. They're proud of their Second Amendment. It's about provisions. It's about protecting your neighbor. They're neighbors. They feel like they're together. They're going to help. And by God, no constable's going to come from some faraway place and break their door down. They'll shoot them first.
No, I didn't say that.
He did.
Wait a minute.
He did.
Talk about faraway
I'll give you a chance to talk all you want when we come back in just a moment. You've met the good brother Doug Hall, member of the Michigan Militia. Okay, so you don't sleep in the woods, you maneuver in the woods, and you're in, and you say Michigan is quite wooded, especially the northern part. Here's the Reverend speaking to the troops. I guess this is a weekend gathering for, go get him, Reverend, praise the Lord.
I felt that the Lord was saying, this group, because, you know, the way it's growing across the nation is phenomenal. I go to a staff meeting, can't believe what I hear going on. But I felt like the Lord is saying, this is the army of the Lord in the United States for this moment.
Yeah, that's the army of the Lord, is it?
That's the army of the Lord.
Yeah. Well, that's the one I want. That's the army I want to be in.
I don't want to laugh at these people, but I feel that they're all weird. But I don't think it's that bad. And as for him saying he's religious and it's an army of the Lord, it's something else. And I don't think it's that serious. I don't think it's that bad. And I would like to know if they plan on maybe taking over the government, maybe do like they did in Haiti.
You know what?
The problem is
are the government. The problem
the same
is
as you're the government.
You are the government. And the problem is who did take over Haiti, ma'am? Who took over Haiti a couple of weeks ago?
No, I'm talking about before.
No. Who took over Haiti? You mentioned it. You know who took over Haiti? An out-of-control government. They did not do anything other than go to some unknown entity called the United Nations, has nothing to do with your representative, congressional representative, and went in there and just took them over and stuck who they wanted in there, who, by the way, is now a dope drop operation in between the South America.
You keep giving us lectures about world
that's who
event.
Haiti is.
We want to know about this, Bob. Do you understand that? We want to know what motivates you.
Hey, I want to say something on this army.
Well, hey, now, Reverend, hey. Hey is for horses. Reverend.
Oh, well, then straw, whatever.
Okay.
But listen.
Go ahead, Reverend. Go ahead.
This
was taken out of context. This is another one of these bites that's taken out of context. I set the condition, number one. I told these militiamen, if you are going to be the army of the Lord, you better be living right in your own homes.